Someone else that ain't living up to standards.
What happened?
Go ahead.
So it looks like here, Chicago Bears fire offensive coordinator Sean Waldron. The Bears announced that Shane Waldron. The Bears announced the firing Tuesday, one day after head coach Matt promised changes and adjustments. But it looks like here
Matt Eberflus promised changes and adjustments for struggling Bears. Passing game coordinator Thomas Brown has been promoted to offensive coordinator.
Yeah, so basically, it looks like what's going on is here that the Bears are on their third consecutive loss. They haven't found the end zone in 2 consecutive games. I mean, they hired this offensive coordinator Sean? How do you pronounce it? Sean. They hired the offensive coordinator just specifically for Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams came from USC. His number one problem at USC was he held the ball too long.
Well, here's the thing. I think that you have to have a coach that can coach a quarterback, and I don't think that the Bears have their head coach. I told my barber, because my barber is a Bears fan, and I told him that I'm not sold on the Bears because of the head coach.
True.
They have all the talent in the world. DJ Moore, Keenan Allen is on the decline. DeAndre Swift is still a pretty good back. Cole Clement's a pretty good tight end. And Caleb Williams isn't a bad quarterback. I just don't think they have the right head coach.
I feel like
that's the thing, though. What? Usually, if you're a good quarterback,
imagine if he was on the Steelers, Gavin.
Like if you're a good quarterback, you usually come into a bad situation from college to pro. So you usually have to get where you're like kind of the missing piece to turn them around, or you just stay in the stink until you either force your way out or you play in the stink your whole career.
True, but
that's what happens basically.
But you at the same time, we already seen this. Just like Tim Tebow, you can't fix bad technique. Tim Tebow had back throw mechanics.
Are we comparing Tim Tebow to
yes,
Caleb?
because
No.
yes, it is because Caleb. If you look if you look up the stats, USC he was sacked the most. He was the most sacked quarterback on USC at USC. Number one, number two. They always said from the beginning when he was at USC, he holds the ball too long. Right now, he's sacked 38 times. He's like one of the most.
So he's a ball holder.
He's holding the ball too much. So you can't teach not holding the ball too much.
Okay, he does hold the ball too much, but that also has to do with coaching.
No, but you've been doing this
script.
as a kid. If you've been doing this as a kid, you can't out teach that. If you've been doing this as a kid,
So you're saying he's built bad habits over his career.
Exactly, just like Tim
still
Tebow.
affecting him in the pros.
And Tim Tebow had bad habits of throwing habits, and he did that for his whole life.
You can throw Lamar Jackson in there too.
Right. A coach can only do so much, and I get that. But what I'm saying is I feel like he needs to get a better coach that can coach him.
True.
That can point this out to him. Now, if they go out at the end of this year, get a new coach, because they're going to have to.
True.
Give Caleb Williams 2 more years. And if he doesn't get it right, then you got to start looking.
I can see that.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, don't
Bears
give up
suck,
on Caleb Williams.
But
don't give up on Caleb Williams yet.
But how good
give up on the Bears.
How good are we really expecting the Bears to be? Think about it. They had Rex Grossman. He's not. They had Rex Grossman and Jay Cutler. They don't
have a Cutler jersey.
They don't have that many good quarterbacks in history that they ever had at all. They're always known for their defense.
Look, I'm just telling you, Caleb Williams.
His first mistake was joining that team. He needs to just be on a different team if he wants to have a decent career. If I was a pro quarterback, I would never want to be on the Bears.
So what's the?
They're a trash franchise.
So
dude, just look, Bears fans, calm down.
How do you fix?
Look, calm down. Just write it out. Get a new coach, new coaching staff next year.
Just give him the Giants
maybe
blueprint.
lower your expectations on how good this team's going to be.
Should they do the same?
Just accept being trash for the next 5
years. Should they do the same
years.
type of offense that they used to do? What's it called? In Texans, remember Texans with the Deshaun Watson?
I don't know.
There's a whole bunch of shotgun formations because if you holding the ball too long, that means you can't get it in. By the time if you get it up close to the center, by the time you back up, you hit. So you need some type of time. The only thing I can know that gives you some type of time is a shotgun.
Gun will help,
he has
but
the weapons. He has the weapons.
Yeah,
but he needs the time.
Yeah,
that's something that you got to work with him individually.
What I'm telling you, it has to do with the coaching. They don't have the right coaching. So what you do first, address the coaching at the end. The coaching at the end of the year, and then you'll deal with Caleb Williams. But right now, write it out. Address the coaching at the end of the year. Add some pieces around him, and then you go from there.
They should fire the whole team, move the whole place.
But we gotta
move on from this game.
What's enough Bear talk, man?
Enough Bear talk.
No one cares about the
y'all
crappy
comment
Bears.
down below how y'all feel about this. What should the Bears do?